Huey Freeman, the 10-year-old misanthropic, cynical, domestic terrorist with the mind of a mastermind. When creating a character, you must really enjoy the process. And try to think about what you like and what inspires you. Take some time to draft out your character a couple times. Imagine the pose or use references and examples to get what kind of pose you want. And always indicate where your head is placed and where your eyes are looking. Always use basic guidelines to indicate these. Your arm and leg placements are very important. Don't focus on detail, just try to be mindful of where you want it to be. It may take some time to draft them out, but if you stick to the process, I'm sure you'll manage to find a very cool and unique pose. As you can see, I redraw my character a couple times. I had a general idea of what I wanted, but I had to really feel out the drawing so I could get the placement of my legs and my arms and my head. So it took a couple retries to get that down. I really had to think about, what would Huey Freeman be doing? What would Huey Freeman do if he was a Naruto character? After a couple tries, I finally managed to nail the pose I wanted. It took some time, but as long as I stick to the process, I'm sure everything will come together for sure. You may notice my character barely has any clothes on. Normally my draft starts out partially naked so I can focus on the body, the gesture, and the pose. It's important to work these out before you go into detail. Once I finish that, I move on to phase 2, which is drawing the ruff with clothes. Normally, this version is more clean and I want it to look as cool as possible. I want to make sure I add as much adjustments as possible and I really figure out what my character is doing, what he's wearing, his facial expressions, and any other details that I would like to add. I also want to think about a background. I didn't want to do anything too complicated, so I'll just add a title and treat this as a title page. I want to keep it very simple, so I'll just add little textures and patterns in the background when I'm ready to. The rough drawing will serve as a guide for us to create a completed and clean picture. Often the rough is called a draft or a pre-production. Figuring out all the expressions and the details is crucial before moving on to your final version. You want to eliminate as much things as possible so you can have a smooth sailing while completing your picture. Once your rough is complete, you can now begin to work on the final copy. Whether you're painting, drawing, or inking, be sure to take your time when completing your drawing. The pre-production work you put in will help your picture look very clean. You can even tweak your drawing and lines before you add the final details. And don't forget the most important thing. When drawing, you must very much make sure that you are enjoying the process and having fun with your drawing.